MC Championships All-Stars is happening this weekend. Every player in it is a winner from a previous MCC. While most of you are familiar with recent winners, unless you've been watching from the beginning, you might not know how and when every player won. So, starting with the very first MCC, let's see how every player won their spot in All-Stars. MCC 1 Purple Pandas. With the first ever MCC, the Purple Pandas, also known as Team SMP Live, were the winners. Kratzy, Kara, Michael and Burren were part of the SMP Live server and had amazing chemistry and teamwork throughout the tournament that helped them to really pop off. They came first in To Get to the Other Side and Rocket Spleef, as well as having insane first places in Hole in the Wall and Skyblockle. In the end, all of the team placed in the top 12 individually, with their team coming first overall and making it to Dodgeball. After losing the first round, they managed to clutch it back over the next 2 rounds, securing them a victory. For All-Stars, this whole team is once again united in the pursuit of a win. MCC 2 Aqua Horses. Aqua Team saw the return of Quig and H-Bomb as a duo from MCC 1, paired up with Mini Mooka and Ryguy Rocky. Although this team was certainly strong, they had a rough start, not having an incredible performance until Game 4, Hole in the Wall. Quig and H-Bomb both got a first place finish in round 2. From there, Aqua went on a movement rampage, placing first in Rocket Spleef, first in Parkour Warrior, and first in Foot Race. All of this led to Dodgeball, where Ryguy Rocky had one of the best performances of all time, hitting 7 of his 12 shots and dodging every single shot fired at him. With this absolute powerhouse of a Dodgeball player, Aqua won 2 rounds of Dodgeball in a row to become the MCC 2 champions. For All-Stars, the team has been entirely split, with Quig on the Yellow Yaks, Ryguy on the Green Geckos, Mini Mooka staying on the Aqua Axolotls, and H-Bomb on the Blue Bats. If you like MCC content like this, consider subscribing to catch every video we make. MCC 3 Orange Ocelots. This team saw the Pizza Hut and Vikkstar duo return after MCCs 1 and 2, along with the first team-up of a now iconic duo, Smager and Shovel. This team was one of the strongest in the event, but there were some other strong contenders out there. But in the end, they had no need to fear, as they absolutely dominated this MCC. They came first in Hole in the Wall, Pete won survival games. They came second in Skyblockle, narrowly missing out on a win. They destroyed Rocket Spleef with 5 round wins between them. They won Build Mart, Pete set a new record in Foot Race, and they came second in Lockout Bingo. All of this led to all 4 team members being in top 8, and their team being ahead of 3rd place by over 5,000 points. And to end their stunning performance off, they easily won both rounds of Dodgeball in a row, crowning all 4 as new MCC winners. For All-Stars, Scott and Shovel are teamed up on the Yellow Yaks, Pete is on the Green Geckos, and Vikkstar's not in the event. MCC 4 Purple Pandas. We come now to one of the most iconic teams of all time, the MCC 4 Purple Pandas, also known as Sleepy Boys Incorporated. This team was incredibly dominant in MCC 4, placing in the top 3 in every single game. They came first in Skyblockle with a combined 17 kills, first in To Get to the Other Side by over 600 coins, and 1 Hole in the Wall, with Technoblade getting 2 round wins. All of this led the team to first place, with an almost 2,500 coin lead over the second place team. From there, SBI won 2 back-to-back Dodgeball rounds to cement their places in MCC history. The Technoblade is sadly not competing in All-Stars. Wilbur, Philza and Tommy carry the spirit of SBI, as all of them are on the Pink Parrots. MCC 5 Yellow Yaks. The Yellow Yaks consisted of Quig, thirsty for another win, the return of Scott and Shovel as a duo, and CPK looking for his own first win. This team did incredibly well, never falling out of the top 2 places team-wise, and ending in first. Quig and Shovel won survival games, they came first in Sands of Time, came second in Build Mart, second in Hole in the Wall, first in To Get to the Other Side, and second in Rocket Spleef. But to secure their victory, they had to win Dodgeball. Round 1 went very smoothly, with Yellow winning the round easily. But in round 2, it all came down to perhaps their most iconic 1v2 ever, with Shovel having to clutch up to win the round. And after 2 minutes of dodging, she finally did it and the Yellow Yaks won MCC. In All-Stars, this team is reunited once again on the Yellow Yaks, looking to become the ultimate champions of MCC. MCC 6 Blue Bats. This team brought 2 newcomers to MCC, Fundy and Fruitberries, along with Captain Puffy and Bitzel, neither of whom had gotten a win before. They did well, getting second places in To Get to the Other Side, Hole in the Wall, Battlebox and Foot Race, as well as a 3rd place in Build Mart. They scraped very narrowly into Dodgeballs, their 2nd place being just 740 coins above Lime in 3rd. However, Dodgeball was where this team really clutched up. They lost the first round devastatingly quickly, but they won the second as Bitzel won a final 1v1. So it all came down to final round. Fundy had taken out 2 of the opponents, but he was left in a 1v2, and he clutched it up, getting an ace and a win for his team. All 4 were now first time MCC winners, with Fruit on blue, Puffy on cyan, Bitzel on aqua, and Fundy not playing. MCC 7 Green Guardians. After Pete and H-Bombs lost to the blue team in MCC 6, they returned as a duo alongside Eret and Whip. They got off to a quick start, finishing second in bingo, winning 7 rounds of Battle Box, and ending Build Martin third. Pete took over the competition after that, getting 3 round survivals in Rocket Spleef, second in Ace Race, and 2 hole-in-the-wall round wins. In Sands of Time, altogether they got first by over 1,000 coins for the best Sands of Time performance to this day, which helped them set the event coin record at 25,346 coins. MCC 7's dodgeball is remembered by many as it went all 5 rounds. And in the climactic final round, H-Bomb won a 1v2 against Wilbur and Filzer to secure the victory. For All-Stars, Eret joins the Aqua Axolotls, Whip suits up for the Orange Ocelots, Pete's a Green Gecko, and H-Bomb's a Blue Bat. MCC 8 Pink Parrots. MCC 8 saw the team up of the 2 biggest rivals, Technoblade and Dream. King Burren and Michael McChill rounded out the team, and together they started with a dominating performance in Parkour Warrior, as Dream finished the course for the first time. In Battle Box, they mercilessly crushed their opponents, finishing with 8 round wins as Dream, Burren, and Techno all got double-digit kills. They performed well in Ace Race, Skyblock, Bingo, and Build Mart to be in second place going into the final game, Sands of Time. Although Dream died before he could escape with his coins, the team narrowly stayed ahead of the captain-headed Cyan Creepers. For Dodgeball, the showdown between the Pink Parrots and Aqua Axolotls was legendary, featuring a 1v3 from Smallish Beans, a 1v2 from King Burren, a Dream ultimately hitting the final shot on H-Bomb to cement his first MCC win. For All-Stars, Dream is on the Red Rabbits with familiar faces, whose paths to All-Stars will be shown in Part 2. MCC 9 Blue Bats. MCC 9's Blue Bats teamed up H-Bomb and Fruitberries, a duo you'd think would be unstoppable. However, not many people saw them doing amazing, and they had been paired with the Hermitcraft duo of False Symmetry and Rendog, who had just come off their worst performances in MCC 8. But they got off to a hot start, all surviving their very first round of Sky Battle, with Fruit totaling 8 kills. They proceeded with some pretty good performances from H-Bomb and Fruit in Parkour Warrior and Ace Race, and nearly taking first place in Hole in the Wall, leaving them third heading into the final 2 games. However, of course, survival games was where everything changed. After getting almost everyone in full iron, they decimated the competition, getting 14 kills as they got the first ever full team survival for this game. This netted them a whopping 7,200 coins, shooting them into first by nearly 4,000 coins, and sending them to dodgeballs. And while it started out rough for them, losing the first 2 rounds, the team was able to force 2 1v3s, allowing them to complete a reverse sweep and securing their place as MCC winners. And they could potentially do it all again, as they will be reuniting on the Blue Bats for MCC All-Stars. That's 23 winners down and 17 more to come in Part 2, which is MCC 10 all the way through to MCC 18.